200,000 views just because of Boo Boo.
Really?
Oh yeah, we had him in bed with us. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Tell the mic.
Oh,
Tell them about your dog.
okay. Good morning, Zach. Thanks for coming to Vegas.
Yes.
Yes, I really. Oh,
Cheers.
cheers,
Cheers.
cheers, cheers.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I am here with Meg and Mel from the Golden Bachelor season 2. Peg and Mel. It's kind of a play
Yeah,
off
it
words.
really is. It's whatever you want it to be. It's fun.
Do you guys have a ship name? Do you know what that is when they
No.
combine your names together?
Oh.
Have you thought about that?
No.
Couple of them. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure you already said it, Meg.
Yeah. Meg. That's it. Meg and Mel. Huh.
I like
Okay, well,
it.
it's been a week since the show, and you guys ended off on a commitment ring.
Yes.
So tell me about why you decided to do that over an engagement or leaving as boyfriend girlfriend. Like, what was the specific reason?
Well, you know what? We had our overnight fantasy suite date and we talked about it. We talked about everything from A to Z. We talked about family and kids and we talked about how to blend our families together. What does Christmas look like? You know, what engagement, what marriage. We talked about everything. So we came up with something that worked for both of us that we were comfortable with. We were not comfortable because you're just getting to know each other. You know, you really don't know a person in just a couple of weeks. So we were both on the same page.
Correct. I mean, how ridiculous is it that you get married off the island and you don't even know each other? I mean, I guess people do, but I don't take that leap of faith. I said that before, and like Peg said, we talked about it, and this just wasn't something that we were comfortable doing or even wanted to do. It was, we didn't know each other that well,
Yeah.
so we decided to get to know each other.
Well, when you got cast for the role, like, wasn't that an expectation? Especially because that's what the show has been about since the beginning, is an engagement at the end. Like, while everything you're saying is so logical, but isn't there like an expectation when you get cast?
But you've heard about real lives before, right? And like real people, real lives, real children. So, like Peg said, we deal in reality, right? And at the end of the day, we're together though, right? It's not like we're not together, but it's going to be our way and not some other way that people want it to be. And that's just the way it is. And guess what? We left the island together, and she got the ring.
And you're still together because we're here at your house in Vegas. So I know you live in Orange County. So tell me about what your plans are going to be moving forward dating, because we've obviously seen Joan and Chalk. They date from different states. You guys aren't that far, but what kind of is the next few months going to look like?
Everybody asks us that, and this is the answer I tell everybody. Basically, when you're in your 60s and you're in the chapter that we're in, you get to live in the and. You don't have to live in the or. When you're younger, it's or. It's, or this or that, and we get to live in the and Orange County, and my house, and Rio. We're going to go for Christmas, and Detroit for Thanksgiving, and San Francisco for the Super Bowl. So it's kind of nice because that's why we all work so hard, is to live in the and. It's fun.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I'm happy for you guys. It's been a great season. What was it like watching it back? I don't know if you've ever seen the show before. Like, did you like watching it?
The final,
Yeah.
I saw it when I was there in studio, and I haven't really watched it at this entirety afterwards. Um, but it was good. I mean, they cut some things and didn't add some things, but overall it was good.
What did you think of the finale and watching everything play out?
Mel and I had a really good connection in the very, very beginning. I knew it and he knew it. And I know a lot of the women in the house, they didn't know it. And but we knew it and we felt it when we looked at each other and, each other's eyes. I knew it was there. And I just wanted to know that, is there a foundation to grow love? I don't want to fall in love at 62 years old. I want to grow in love. And that's something that's going to be sustainable and something that's going to last. So, Cindy had a right to choose what she wanted to choose, and she's beautiful and smart and, very articulate, and she wants to be married, like really, really be married.
Yeah.
I think sometimes she wants to be married more than she wants to get to know somebody. That's just my take on it. But that's her prerogative because we all have different beliefs what marriage is and what love is to each individual person. So she did what she did for, what was right for herself.
Yeah, I think you guys were obviously more compatible, but some people were saying maybe that Cindy left. Peg was the last one standing. Were you always going to choose Peg, or you just didn't get to that point yet?
Well, as Peg said, my connection with her was strong and stronger than it was with Cindy. And if you're there in real time, you would have felt that. And she had her own right to do what she did. I think she knew and self ejected early because she didn't want to go through the pain. Yeah, I mean, if you know, and then you use the excuse, I want to get married off the islands, like so I don't want to wait that time. Well, then we're gonna see what happens because she's back to where she was before, and she's gonna be now looking, I guess, for a husband. But it shouldn't be that hard because how many DMs are you gonna get from the show? You told the world I want to be married, so there's gonna be a million guys that want to get married like right away, and she wanted to get married right away, so you don't need that long engagement period, maybe what 2 months to get to know date the guy for a little bit. You can do dating, maybe 10, 15 guys like she did on the show. Figure the guy out and get married. So we'll see. So the connection with Peg and I was strong, much more than it was with Cindy. So it was going to be Peg.
But the teaser kind of teased us out because you went to her room and you were knocking on her door, and I was like, uh-oh, what's happening? But I think it makes sense. Why would she want to go all the way up there in a new dress just to get broken up with? But people do that on the show, and it's some of the most dramatic moments. Have you seen a lot of?
Well, excuse me. We saw the one in Australia last night where they, I think the guy's name was Bear, and he told one woman, how much he loved her, and he goes, but I have a stronger connection with Sunny. I guess that girl's name was.
It's evil.
Yeah, but it's TV, right? And I get it. It's dramatic, and it's like wow, it great makes for great TV. But she wanted to, self eliminate to spare herself the pain, and I get it. So you have to go through that whole thing on TV.
Sure. Have you seen past seasons of The Bachelor?
One, Ryan and Tristan's. Yeah,
How
just
did
one.
how did you get casted on the show?
I was casted 2.5 years ago. They casted me for Gary's season, and at the very last minute, they called in. They said, you're not right for this Bachelor. We love you. We want to keep your file. And I said, great. Call me in, 2 years. Let me know. And they did as soon as they released who the next Golden Bachelor was. And I wasn't. It was. I didn't know if I was going to do it or not. So I had to, really think hard about it. But here I am.
And how did you get casted?
Well, I was casted through a roundabout way. A friend of mine had connections through a casting agency that was doing it, and they called me and asked me some questions. I got to check some initial boxes, and then I went through the process, and then it worked and it clicked, and then I was casted. But I didn't go through the normal process where I applied. Because I had no idea. They contacted me, and then I went through the process.
Did you ever see yourself going on a show like this, or just because it happened so organically, you just said yes to life?
Well, if you look at my past, I've done a lot of different things out of the ordinary, and this isn't so out of the ordinary. I take chances. I know Peg told me, goes, this guy's, taking, you want new experience, and I'm looking for love. It was a combination of everything, right? Because I hadn't been dating really in 5 years, and I hadn't met anybody, but I wanted to, and they assured me, they go, we're going to be casting great women for you. So I go, oh, if they're assuring me to cast great women, I go, I'll do it.
And then you did it, and now here you are
Here we are.
with your gorgeous 30-year-old girlfriend. Because she looks so young, honestly. You could be like my sister.
Oh, wow. Well, he got what he wanted,
Exactly.
young, no hips, no wigs.
Now, tell me about some of the other women in the mansion. I want to know from both of you who else really stuck out to you, maybe a future Golden Bachelorette, and who are you still friends with?
Oh, of course, Debbie. I think both of us, we really want Debbie to be the next Golden Bachelorette. She's authentic. She has nothing to hide, and she's real. She has no secrets, and she puts it all out there, and thinks she deserves it. She really
And
does.
she's sincere and honest. I think she can carry a show because of her past background in TV and in video. And you know, she hasn't been married before, so she brings that perspective. And I think she deserves to be married. She wants to be married, and she'll be there for the right reasons.
I do want to ask, you might not know, but the last Golden Bachelor, Gary, he ended up having a very toxic breakup with Teresa. They both were at after the final rose that night. I don't know if you guys have any takes on how crazy everything has been with them, or if you know if they even spoke, but I don't know if you have any opinions.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we did what we did because this is not a TV relationship. This is not a quick fix or a quick, instantaneous
Yeah.
relationship.
You're
This
not
is
going to get married in 2 months.
No, it's not. It's really real,
Yeah.
and that's the nice thing about it. And, slow is real, and we're adults. We don't live in fantasy. We've had marriages and children and all of that, and we want something that's real and sustainable, just not for that quick relationship. So I have no opinion on that because it's just crazy. It's
Yeah.
just that's what happens when you jump in with a leap of faith. That's too way too soon. You really don't know a person in a couple of weeks on the show. You just don't.
And all you have to do is look at recent history. Theirs. How'd that work out? Not well. And then Joan and Chalk, but Gerry and Theresa. And then it has spiraled down into this bitter back and forth, you know, accusations. So if you look at that, why would you ever take a leap of faith off the island and get married in 2, 3 months? Why would you ever do that? You're looking right at the past history. We weren't going to do that. We weren't, and we're going to have it our way. We're going to do it our way.
Perfect. What has been the reaction from the fans, especially the ones that come up to you on the streets?
They love us. They're like, yay, finally, somebody's, doing it with some sense. Somebody's doing a relationship with some sense, and they like it a lot. And we're getting a lot of encouragement and a lot of support and a lot of love.
When you settle down and look at it, this is normal. And Cindy was saying, "Oh, take a leap of faith." I go, I don't do that. I actually got a real life. I'm still in business. I work. I'm an attorney. I got kids. Um, I do things. It's like I'm going to jump off the island and get married with you. It's like she wanted to do that. I didn't. Then she got up and left. So it's not something that we took lightly, but we can do it our own way. And again, the marriage thing is not symbolic, but to plan it out that quick is unrealistic for us anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, before I let you guys go, I guess what do we want to leave off of? I want to know what you learned about yourself from this experience and what you're really taking away from it, besides obviously meeting each other.
You know what I've learned? I want everybody to know this about Mel. And, what I really learned about his character, he does not have integrity, he is integrity. And that's a big difference. And for myself, I just stay true to myself, be authentic. You either love me or you hate me. Yes, I have a lot of energy. Yes, I laugh a lot. And I just really live life out of joy, love, and gratitude.
Well, for me, it's like a lot of personal growth because I had 5 years, raising my kids and being with them, and they were, in junior high and high school, and now they're mature and or more mature, and trying to get them settled. And one's in college and one's going to college. So I had a chance to get outside of that 5 year period and just find out about myself. And then I went on the show, which is, it's difficult, and you're in a situation that you're not used to, but I'm used to those situations, and I embrace them. And then I met Peg. And so all was good.
Well, congratulations. Thanks for having me over. We'll be in touch. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Come anytime.
Bye.
Thank you.
Say goodbye to the camera.
Goodbye, camera. Zach, come anytime. Mi casa, su casa.
Cheers.
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 To love.